Now let's divide using expanded division. So first we have 486 divided by 3. So we can set the question out like this with our divisor on the left. First, we need to start by dividing the numbers or the digits in the larger place values. So first, we need to divide 4 by 3. Now the closest number in the 3 times table to 4, which is still less than 4, is 3. So we write the multiples of 3 underneath, and because 3 is 1 times 3, we write 1 in our answer, above the 4, because that's the digits that we were dividing. Now we need to subtract and bring down. 4 minus 3 is 1, and we can bring down the 8, so we have 18 divided by 3. Well, 18 is in the 3 times table, and because 18 is 6 times 3, we write 6 in our answer line. Now, again, we subtract and bring down our last digit. But 18 minus 18 is 0, so here all we need to do is bring down the 6, so we have 6 divided by 3. So now that we've brought down the last digit, we can just divide 6 by 3, and we know that that's 2, so we can write 2 in our answer. But to make it clear that we don't have any remainder, we can still subtract to get 0. So this 0 here tells us that we don't have a remainder, so our answer is up here. Our answer is 162. Now we have 581 divided by 7. Well, 5 is less than 7, and when the first digit is less than the divisor, what we can do is take the first 2 digits together and divide 58 by 7. So we need a number in the 7 times table which is as close to 58 as possible, but not more than 58. Well, 56 is in the 7 times table, and because 56 is 8 times 7, we can write an 8 in our answer line. So now we subtract and bring down. 58 minus 56 is 2, and we can bring down the 1, so we have 21 divided by 7. Now 21 is in the 7 times table, so we can either write 21 below, or we can just write 3 in our answer line, because 3 times 7 is 21, and we don't have any more digits to bring down. But to show that we don't have a remainder, we can subtract 21 and get 0. So our answer is 83. Now we have 592 divided by 8. Again, the first digit is less than the divisor, so we can take the first 2 digits together. We need to think of a number in the 8 times table which is as close to 59 as possible, but not more than 59. That's 56, and because 7 times 8 is 56, we write 7 in our answer line. Now we subtract and bring down. 59 minus 56 is 3, and we can bring down the 2, so we have 32 divided by 8. Well, 32 is in the 8 times table, and because that's 4 times 8, and we don't have any more digits to bring down, we can just write 4 in our answer line, and we have our answer. But if we want to show that there's no remainder, we can subtract 32 and get 0. So our answer is 74. Now let's look back at this first question. We started with 486, so that's 4 hundreds, 8 tens, and 6 ones, and we were dividing by 3, so we can share our place value counters into 3 groups. First, we found that we could share out 3 of our hundreds, but then we had 100 left over. What we were really doing here isn't bringing down the tens, but changing our 100 into 10 tens, because we can exchange 100 place value counter for 10 tens. And so that's how we get the 18 down here, because we now have 18 tens. And we can share out all 18 of those tens. So now we brought down the 6 because all we needed to do was share out our 6 ones. And now you can see that in each of our groups we have 100, 6 tens and 2 ones, so that's why we get 162 as our answer. Then we had 581, so 5 hundreds, 8 tens and 1 one, and we were dividing by 7, so we can share these counters out into 7 groups. We took the first 2 digits together, and we can do that because 5 hundreds and 8 tens is the same as 58 tens, because we can exchange each of our 100 counters for 10 tens, and when we do that, that gives us 50 extra tens, so we have 58 tens altogether. Now we can share out 56 of those tens, and that's why we wrote 56 below. But we had 2 remaining tens. What we can do is exchange one 10 counter for 10 ones, and that's why we then had 21 to share out. We can share out all 21 of those ones, and because in each of our groups we now have 8 tens and 3 ones, we have 83 as our answer. Then we had 592 divided by 8, so that's 5 hundreds, 9 tens and 2 ones, and we're sharing these counters into 8 groups. Again, remember when the first digit is less than the divisor, we take the first 2 digits together. And we can do that because if we exchange each of our hundreds for 10 tens, you can see that we now have 59 tens altogether. So we can share out 56 of those tens. And we have 7 tens in each group, so that's why we have a 7 as the tens digit of our answer. Now we have 3 remaining tens, but we can exchange each of those 10 counters for 10 one counters, and that gives us 32 ones. When we share those out, we get 4 ones in each group, so that's why we have a 4 as the ones digit of our answer.